Hey guys, it's MegaRobert from MegaRobertTV, and today I'm going to talk about how I got into the Mega Man franchise. Now, a lot of people usually got into the Mega Man story through the video games on the old Nintendo Entertainment System. And I never played an NES game before, really like the original NES games. I never really played one. How I got into the Mega Man franchise was actually a pretty funny story that I really never told on YouTube before. So, I got into the Mega Man franchise back in April of 2009. And I was on vacation with my family in Miami, Florida, and we decided to go to the local Walgreens to get some food. So we go, and of course, being the 9-year-old kid I am, I go to the toy section just to see what they have. And I see these new action figures called Mega Man. And remember, at this time, I don't know anything about Mega Man, so I'm like, Mega Man, he must be some old cartoon character. I don't know about him. So the first one I buy is Mega Man. I buy him. And I look on the back of the box, and I'm like, they have other toys too? And I see that they have Shadow Man and Proto Man and his dog Rush and Elec Man. And now that I have done more research about Mega Man and I know more about him, I realize that the toys that were in that line, that's the Jazzwares Mega Man toy line. And so I'm all excited, and I really like the way these guys look and stuff, so I wanted to buy them. So I asked my dad, can we buy? And he says, yeah, sure. So I buy the Mega Man toy, and I realize that like there are different Walgreens in Miami, so I go around, and I keep finding them and adding them to my collection. And I found my old sketchbook when I was a little kid back then. And this was the first picture I ever drew of Mega Man. Now, I know it's not the greatest art piece ever, but definitely this was like one of my best works when I was a 9-year-old kid. And I really like how I drew it. It was the first time I ever drew him, so definitely has memories. So, like 2009, I have all the Mega Man action figures. So, skip to 2010. As most Mega Man fans know, 2010 was the year that Mega Man 10, the video game, came out on the Xbox and stuff. So I go on YouTube and I find a Let's Play of Mega Man 10 by some YouTuber, I forget the name. So I'm watching the video, I'm like, Mega Man, that reminds me of something, and then I remembered the toys I had when, like a year before that. So I'm like, wow, Mega Man has a video game now? Like, I still didn't understand, but then I see on the recommended videos bar it says Mega Man 1, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 7, all this stuff. I'm like, so Mega Man has other games? So I start looking at all these playthroughs, and I see the 8-bit games and the 16-bit games. So I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, Mega Man was a video game franchise? And then I'm looking back and forth, and I see that Mega Man was a video game created in 1987, originally designed by Keiji Inafune, and he made all these games and stuff, and I was like so mind blown. It's really cool, and then that's when I really started to learn like everything. Like, I used to think Proto Man was like a bad guy or something, and then, you know, I eventually learned that he was a bad guy working for Dr. Wily, but that he was also Mega Man's brother, and eventually came to the good side after Mega Man 3. And Shadow Man and Elec Man, you know, I learned all their stories after that. And the thing that kinda sad though is that the Jazzwares Mega Man toy line was eventually canceled after they made those figures that I own. So yeah, they canceled it, but I was lucky enough to get all the figures. It's a shame though, because on the back of the box it said that they were gonna eventually make an Iceman figure and a Woodman figure, but of course those were never made. But I wonder if they did make them. I probably own them. So I just wish they would have continued it, but hey, you know, I guess things happen, and they are still making Mega Man toys though, so I guess that's okay. So yeah, that was around 2010. Now, skip another year later to the year 2011. I go to my local Toys R Us with my mom, and I see there's a new comic book that I've never seen before, and it's called Mega Man. So at this point, I'm like, oh, Mega Man. And at this point, I did know a little more about the franchise than I did back when I was, say, 9 years old. Because at this point, I was 11 years old. And luckily, I got into the Mega Man Archie comics right when it was starting. Like, I got into it about issue number 3, I think. Yeah, issue number 3. So, yeah. My friend Lewis didn't get into the comics until he was until it was about issue like 12. So I was lucky that I was able to get within the first arc, and I started reading it in the store. I opened it up, I saw Mega Man fighting Elec Man or something, and then I saw him fighting Iceman, and I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. The action figures I have, these are the guys, but in a story, in like a book. And then I get so excited and stuff, so I asked my mom, like, can I get this? And she's like, yeah, okay. So we buy it, and then I see you can subscribe, and the rest is history. I subscribed to Mega Man. And to continue, or to finish really the story of my experience with Mega Man, skip one more year to the year 2012, October of 2012. And that year, in October, I went to the New York Comic-Con, and when I was in the New York Comic-Con, I got to meet Ian Flynn, the writer of the Mega Man comics. And I asked him some questions, and I told him about how I got published in some of the comics. But I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, so I told him, and I told him it was very nice to meet him, and he was a very nice guy. He's definitely a great guy. So it's so awesome how, like, between the years 2009 to 2012, I got into this whole Mega Man franchise, and I went from not knowing anything about Mega Man to knowing really everything about him, and meeting the writer of his comic book, and even being published in his comics. So as of today, I know everything about Mega Man, and I have the Mega Man comics, of course, and I definitely enjoy reading them, written like as they're written by the amazing Ian Flynn. So yeah, guys, that's really my whole history with Mega Man, I guess you can call it. So, question of the day. What's your experience with Mega Man? When did you ever hear about Mega Man? Did you ever get any action figures, or did you read the comics, play the video games? And if you haven't ever heard of Mega Man before, and you've only heard about him in my videos, explain how you felt when you first heard about Mega Man, like right now. So yeah, guys, this is Mega Robert signing off. I'm at New York Comic Con 2012 meeting Ian Flynn, the writer of Mega Man. Ian Flynn's the one in the phone.
Get on the website, let's order this stuff, go to Barnes & Noble, let's get... Mega Man 24 is going to be the place to be in March, so everybody check that out.